Hi friends, welcome back to Making the Most with MG. Now that summer is in full swing, you may find that your children have hit the point where they're complaining about being bored all the time. This is probably because they've already experienced the full length of a summer within their home, and now they've got even more time to look forward to. So today I would like to give you some ideas using a simple deck of cards to do more than just some card games. I'm going to give you some different games and activities you can do that will encourage engineering skills, creativity, math, and maybe help them get some more physical activity. It's very possible that you have a deck of cards laying around your house that you no longer use, and maybe that's because there's a card or two missing. Well, if that's the case, have you ever thought about just giving the deck to your child with some other odds and ends, maybe some cardboard, popsicle sticks, glue, glitter, and allow them to create. It's a nice way for them to do some open-ended art with a medium that they don't typically get to use. You can also use decks of cards for building. So I'm sure you've heard of House of Cards before. This is a great way to introduce engineering to your children, whether it's they have to balance them and make strong bases so that they can make a tower, or you could even make some cuts within the cards for your smaller children, and that way the cards will link together easier for them to build. You can also use a deck of cards to encourage some physical activity for your children. So the first thing that you would do in that case is you'll note that there are 4 suits to a deck of cards. So we have hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. What you'll want to do is assign a physical action or activity to each of the suits. So for example, hearts could be jumping jacks, spades could be sit-ups, diamonds could be push-ups, and clubs could be toe touches. So once you've assigned what the activity is, when they pull a card, so for example the 5 of hearts, they would do 5 jumping jacks. Once you've assigned each suit an activity, then you're ready to play. And there's a number of different ways that you can incorporate physical activity. The first way is if you only have one child, you could have them work through the deck and time them. And then the next time, see if they can get through it a little faster, or set a time limit like 1 minute and see how many cards they can get through. That's something that is encouraging that intrinsic motivation, which we talked about in my video games video, and that's them wanting to beat their high score or better themselves. You can also put a physical activity spin on the classic game War, and that's when you have 2 or more people playing and you distribute the deck evenly, and then you all flip over 1 card at the same time. Whoever has the highest card wins. So if you were doing this, let's say we hold up these 2 cards, you have one person had a 6 and one had an 8. So the 8 is the winner of the round. And what happens in this physical variation is the person that had the 6 card now has to do 6 of the jumping jacks, which we established were the hearts. So it's a friendly competition, and it is a way for them to get physical activity as well. When we think of variations, you want to take into account your child's age. So when we look at math skills, there's counting involved. And as your children get older, you could maybe throw something else in the mix like addition, subtraction, multiplication. So if we hold up these cards and we say we are adding 8 plus 6 and it's 14, then they have to do 14 of, you can establish either the higher suit or the lower suit. You may already have a deck of cards laying around your house that you can use to do any of these activities. But if you don't, another great thing about them is they're really inexpensive. I go to the dollar store and you can find 2 packs of cards for $1. And that's really nice if you have multiple children, because then they can each have their own deck of cards if you're doing the relay races, or you can keep one nice and you can use the other one to cut up and use for arts and crafts or building with a house of cards. So the next time your kids are saying, I'm bored, there's nothing to do, give them some cards and give them some choices, and I bet they'll really enjoy themselves. Until next time, have a great day. Stay safe.